Alright, so the sport I chose was basketball, and some of the main fitness components in basketball are agility, acceleration, coordination, and the most important one is power, because most of the moves you do in basketball require a lot of power, especially like a jump shot where you're stepping into it and you're exploding up, or you're changing direction really quickly, or you're sprinting down to lay the ball in the hoop. So those are the main sports fitness components of the sport. And then two really important skills in basketball are the jump shot and the chest pass. And some of the fitness components for the jump shot are power, because you have to explode up into the shot, coordination, because you have to have your whole body working together to get into the right form to shoot it, and balance, because you're moving into that shot or into that power step, so you have to be able to land and go right up. And then some important fitness components for the chest pass are power, because you're snapping the ball as hard as you can, as quickly as you can, and reaction time, because you're reacting to where your teammate's coming from, or even when you're receiving, you're reacting to when the ball's coming. So those are some of the main components for all those. So the first skill we're going to do today is just for the sport in general, and it's working on agility and quick direction changes, because that's really important in basketball. So the two main systems that we use in basketball are the phosphagen system and the fast glycolytic system, because most of the moves we make are quick and with all the power we have. So one of the best ways to train the phosphagen and fast glycolytic system are with drills that use 75 to 90% of your max, and that they are relatively short in duration. So the first drill we're going to do is called the T drill, and you basically, I'll show you, but you basically sprint up to the foul line, and then you're going to side shuffle to the sideline, side shuffle to the opposite sideline, side shuffle back to the middle, and then back pedal back to your start. And when you're doing this, you're usually, when you do the side shuffle, you're probably going at about 75% of your max, and it's going to take you between 15 and 20 seconds, which means your work to rest ratio is going to be probably around 1 to 3, which means if you work for 15 seconds, you get 45 seconds of rest, and then you go again. Alright, so this is how you do So when you're doing the T drill, you want to go as quickly as you can, and also stay low to the ground on your side shuffle. I can't because my knees are bumped, but you want to go as fast as you can on the sprint, as fast as you can on the side shuffle, hit the lines, come back middle, and back pedal. So we're going to let you try it. Alright, so you're going to sprint as hard as you can to the foul line, side shuffle to the sideline, stay low, stay low, stay low, there you go. And then when you hit that center line, you're going to explode backwards into that back pedal. Some really important factors with this drill is that you really want to emphasize that explosion into the sprint and explosion into the back pedal, because in the game, you're really taking those fast, explosive steps. And there's some variations that you can do in the T drill. Like, we could have you do a full-out sprint where you're sprinting to the foul line, sprinting sideline, sprinting to the opposite sideline, sprinting back middle, and sprinting back to your starting point. And if you were to do that kind of drill, you'd be going closer to your max at like 90% of your max, and it would probably take you a little bit less time because you're sprinting the whole thing about 10 seconds, which means your work to rest ratio would be a lot greater at like from 1 to 12 or 1 to 20, probably closer to 1 to 20, which means if you're working for 10 seconds, you've got a 200-second rest, which is about 3.5 minutes. So you can kind of do some different things. You could backpedal the whole way, you could side shuffle the whole way, and you can kind of mix it up depending on what you need to work on specifically for basketball. So one of the really important moves in basketball is the jump shot. It's how you score your points and everything. So some of the most important factors for your jump shot are your explosive power coming into the shot and exploding up, so that you get as much force out of the shot, you can shoot at a longer range, you shoot at a better arc, it all comes together, and you can get over your defender. So what we really have to work on with the jump shot is power is really important, because you're coming into that position and you're exploding up right away to make the shot. So what we're going to do for our exercise is called a hop lateral shot. And basically what you're going to do is hop on one foot twice and then land in your shooting position and explode up as hard as you can. And what that does is it mimics, in basketball, when you go in to take a shot, you're coming kind of off balance, you're coming in, you're taking kind of a step, or you're coming from the side, and you're not really just going to be starting in this position and going into the shot. You're going to be coming in and landing and going right up into the shot. So I'll demonstrate it and then we'll let you do it. I guess another thing to say really quick is we'll probably do like 5 in a row, and that means we're going to be working for about 30 seconds. And because you're using pretty much your max power because you want to explode as hard as you can upwards, the work to rest ratio would be about 1:5, and you get a 150-second rest after you do the exercise. Alright, so I'll show you how to do it. Nice. You want to really try and explode on that final step. There you go. Try and get a little bit lower and explode harder. There it is. You got it. Nice. One more. So in basketball, the main systems that we use are phosphagen and fast glycolytic when we're moving into those explosive steps and jumps and everything else. One of the big components of basketball is agility, so that's what we did with the T-drill. You're working on your agility, your quick changes in direction, also your explosive change in direction, and you're really utilizing the phosphagen and fast glycolytic systems when you're doing that. You can also use the T-drill and do sprints, and then you're using more of the phosphagen system, less of fast glycolytic, and you can train both of those systems pretty well with that. Another really important factor in basketball is power, and when you're doing your jump shot, power is the most important factor, along with coordination. But so what we worked on was a hop lateral shot, where you're taking 2 quick hops and then landing in your explosive position and coming up as hard as you can, like you would against a defender. And overall, that's it, I guess.